Hi guys, this is Karen with Creative U Art Lesson Crates, and I want to welcome you to your Dopey lesson. This adorable character is one of the most famous seven dwarfs on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The movie was released in 1937 and has won several awards along with an honorary Oscar to Walt Disney. Dopey is a lovable dwarf that is the youngest of the group of seven, and according to Happy, Dopey does not talk because he's never tried. Now, an interesting fact is that the voice of Dopey is actually by Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc, or Blanc, is the voice of Bugs Bunny. Well, Mel got cut from the scene except for a couple of hiccups. And Mel was put into the scene as Gideon from Pinocchio, but he was cut from that one as well. So the only time that Mel Blanc's voice was actually physically used in anything related to Walt Disney is in the Carousel of Progress. He is Uncle Orville's voice, who's he's like in the bathtub in the distance, and he yells at the family. So poor Mel Blanc, he had to suffer being the voice of Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes. All right, you guys, so we're going to start off with our cardstock. The reason we're using cardstock is because it is quality, first of all. It's not going to wrinkle on you or tear on you anytime soon. It's not non-yellowing, so your paper should not change color if a lot of sunlight gets on it. We are going to use a regular pencil. You can use your art pencils if you want to, but if you do not use one that has, it's a number and a B, because that is black. So make sure you use an H pencil if you have one to use for this one. Alright, to get started, we're going to draw Dopey's face nice and big with his body. It's the silly picture that's at the top of your project that came with the lesson crate. So let's go ahead and get started. We want to first start with a nose. Just an oval in the middle of your picture. There you go. Now on both sides, we're going to do some cheeks. Nice and big, cheek, cheek. Now I'm not pressing hard. I'm just drawing it dark enough to where I can see it, but I can still erase it. Now connecting those cheeks is going to be his chin. Now he's going to have a slightly wonky mouth, which is going to go around like that. So now we want to outline it in that same shape. It's kind of a check, a loose check. All right, so now let's go ahead and draw in where we would want his eyes, eye and eye. Now you'll notice his eyes and his nose are about the same size. Nice, skinny, long, same size. Now part of this eye is not going to be seen because it's going to be wearing a hat, but we can go ahead and draw the pupils anyway and the iris just so we have an idea of where they're going to go. So we have one pupil and iris here, which is a half moon or like a C and another C. So we're going to do another one here going backwards. So it almost looks like an S. Let's give him an eyebrow. And a little bump over the nose. We need to go ahead and sketch in where the ears go. So for his ears, I want to go to the left of his cheek. I'm going to do a small circle. And I'm going to go to the right of the cheek and do another circle. And then I want to do the same basic shape as the eyes, but maybe a little bigger. He's got really big ears. Almost as if you did the size of the nose and cheek together. See that? That would be kind of ideal. He has a hat, and this hat is going to cross the eye, go over the eyebrow, and meet behind his ear. So I'm going to start about halfway down my ear. Come down and up and back down. Nice fluid motion. Don't do hairy lines. Hairy lines look funny with cartooning. Erase your line, or your eye that's hidden underneath the hat. And I guess to help you out, I'll show you how to turn this ear into an ear. You're basically going to erase part of the ear that is blending in with the face. So erase everything from the cheek almost to the hat. Cheek to the hat. Now this ear's in front, this ear's in back. I know it's a little confusing, but what we need to do is draw his little bald head bubbling out a little bit and meeting up with the hat. Okay. Now I'm going to erase some of the cheek at the top. So I have cheek, and then I have nose, and I have cheek. It comes around, and then I have the bottom lip, and this is dark. I have ear. Let's swoop, meet, swoop around, stop. All right, so let's erase all of your extra lines and just give it one little fold in there. We're going to do similarly here. We're going to come around. We're going to get to the other one, the other circle, and bump it out. Erase all of your extra lines and give yourself a little line. That's just the fold of the ear. So Dopey's face is done. He looks absolutely adorable. I'm going to darken the eyes just so you can see them a little better. Now let's do his hat. Top of his hat. Start center top of the left ear. Come up and in. Start from center top of the right ear. Up and in. Center top of this bump. Up and in. But notice it's a little bit smaller. Center top of this bump. Up and in. And connect it. So you have just made folds in fabric without even realizing it. All right, from this cheek, you want to come down. And this cheek, come down. That's his neck. Draw a smile at the bottom of the neck. Come up just a little bit and make a C. Come up just a little bit, about the same distance up, make a backwards C. See, we're making a turtleneck right now, and we need it to look like folds of fabric. So now we're going to do it again. We're going to come about, I don't know, not quite the side, come down a little bit. We're going to just do a big old loop. And there's a turtleneck. Over here, we're going to do part of his shoe and part of his shoe over here. So we're going to do a bump and a bump. Do it again here. Bump and a bump. I know it doesn't look like his shoe, but when it's filled in, it does. All right, let's connect from here to here with an arm and do it on the other side too. From where the arm and the foot meet, I want a line, and a line. Same here, where they meet, a line, and a line. Give me a frown that connects them, but doesn't quite touch the top or the bottom of the turtleneck. Let's give him a button, which is sideways, so it's squishy, and another button that is facing us, which is straight on. Now that is Dopey with his legs sitting out. I don't like his neck. I think it needs to be shortened up a little bit. Now's your chance to make some adjustments. Please remember that when you are drawing characters, it is hard to get them to look just like the character. So it does take practice. Oh, I know what we forgot. We need the bottom of his hat. It comes down, so come from the cheek down, halfway down. Let's do it again on this side, down. Now when you fill it in, that and that is the same color as that. Pretty cute, huh? Now for the next lesson, we're going to fill him in. So go ahead and prepare for the fill-in, which we will do on the next video. So we'll see you in a minute.